college degree is expensive as hell. And what makes it even better is it doesn't even guarantee you a good job.
College tuition keeps getting more and more expensive every year. Student loan debt, it's out of control. Most people don't even use their college degrees for the jobs they have, and opportunities for entrepreneurship online just keep growing more and more every year. So it's no wonder you're asking yourself, is getting a college degree even worth it?
If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit on that bell so you get those notifications when we put out some new videos. And in the comments below, let us know if you're wanting to go to college or not. If you're a high school teacher or a student advisor that pushes college onto the students, I'm going to apologize right now, but you might want to turn this video off, because we're going to be backing up our information here with real numbers that show these students or people considering college why it's not worth it.
Can talk about the other side, because they always push the rosy side of why you should go to college. We're going to talk about the other part of it, why you probably shouldn't. We both grew up hearing, if you want to be successful, you got to go to college.
Gotta go to college.
And that might have been true for our parents. Wasn't true for us, and it's definitely not true today. The world has evolved, and there are tons of ways to make money without going to college.
So let's get to the ugly part of this first. Student loans, okay? They suck, and they'll suck the life out of you forever.
Literally forever.
Forever.
So the average student loans, the amount that people take out as of 2020, is $37,584. Right?
Man.
Okay. Now what about interest? Okay. So on top of that, if you're going to pay back your loans, the average repayment term is 10 years. So in 10 years, that $37,000 is going to go up by $12,500 in interest. So you're not paying back $37,000. You're paying that back plus your interest, which comes out to about $49,000. Now, let's bring up the other part. Most people don't pay back their loans in 10 years because at some point, people typically have some kind of loan deferment or whatever. They have issues paying back their loans, so then they put it in forbearance or they stretch out their loan repayment terms. And the average person actually, for a bachelor's degree, for your 4-year degree, takes 20 years to pay back their loans. So in 20 years, that $37,000, you end up paying $27,000 additional dollars in interest over that 20 years. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about the fact that you're going to have student loan payments for 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, got $30,000 in student loans just for like the tuition and cost of being a student. And then you got the cost of the loan, which was that $27,000 he's talking about, you know, over that 20-year span. So that's all just interest. That's what you're paying the bank for them giving you the money so you can go to school. That's crazy.
So don't be tricked. You got to pay interest. Can't get rid of it.
Nope. They don't teach you about that in high school. I wonder why. According to a survey that had 61,000 respondents, it's going to take you a lot of different years to pay off a loan, okay? Let me read them, all right? So somebody that didn't even get a degree, that has some college, it's going to take them 17.2 years to pay off those student loans that they didn't even get a degree for, okay? They got an associate's degree, 18.3 years. Bachelor's degree, 19.7. And a graduate degree, oh man, 23 years. All right? 23 years. I mean, you'll be in your 50s when you pay that off.
Man, they don't tell you about this. They really don't. And you want to fact check us? Google it. Search it up. It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Except most teachers and schools don't want to tell you that.
Sorry.
Now, on top of that, on top of the fact that it's on average $37,000 in loans before interest, and it's going to take you 20 years to pay it back, your average student loan payment for that amount is $393 every single month for 20 years.
20 years.
That's the price to be successful. Hopefully.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you might make $25 an hour. you know, $50,000 a year, but I mean, you got that $300 a month payment, you know, coming
Almost
out.
400.
Oh,
Almost
excuse me,
400.
almost $400 a month payment coming out every single month out of your paycheck. I mean,
That's a nice car, man.
Yeah, that's a Mercedes, you know. But no, you
Like
can't
a
have
poor
it.
man Mercedes. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm a poor man,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean,
But
yeah.
still, you can get the little emblem, whatever.
The average cost to get your 4-year degree and pay for your cost of housing on top of tuition is $25,000 a year. So you're looking at just over $100,000 to get your 4-year degree.
But wait, it gets better. Researchers show that on average, it takes 60% of people 6 years to complete that 4-year degree. I mean, you probably started college and maybe you failed a class or maybe you changed your major, something. Life happens, right? And now that $25,000 a year that you're paying, you just added $50,000 for those extra 2 years. So $150K. I mean, man, I bought my first house for $180 in 2010.
And now it's worth what? 400? No, more than that.
Yeah, it's
More
up
than
there.
that.
It's up there, boys.
Yeah.
And girls.
Yeah, we get it. You can get grants. You can hopefully live at home if you've got a good relationship with your parents. Or you can go to community college first for the first 2 years of that. There's ways to reduce those expenses. But that doesn't apply to everybody, right? A lot of families make too much money. I know mine did, and we didn't have much money. I grew up in a family of 8, and I didn't get any grants because my parents made too much money, which I thought was ridiculous because I thought we were pretty poor growing up. But, so you can't count on that kind of stuff, right? But what most people do, they're lazy. They're too lazy to even apply for all this stuff. We're recruiters. We try to help a lot of our recruits apply for this stuff, and you have to like hold their hand, drag them along.
Like, come on, do this.
People end up taking out loans because that's the easy thing to do. So, you know, you're talking $100,000 to $150,000 in loans to pay for your cost of living and tuition over those, 4 to 6 years.
Yeah, man, it's wild stuff. I mean, so not only are you paying, $25,000 a year, give or take $5,000 or $10,000, you're losing money, right? On top of it. So you're paying this money and you're not making money because you're going to school full time. So, let's say you're paying $25,000 a year to go to college full time. Okay. Well, if you were working a full time job, that standard wage that most people are making is like $39,000. So you're not making that. You're paying money. And here you are.
So you're paying money and you're not making money.
Double poor.
Yeah.
College student life.
According to educationaldata.com, people on average pay $174,000 between college tuition, cost of living, and books and other miscellaneous stuff, right? And then once you add in what Philip was talking about, all the lost wages that you're not earning for that 4 to 6 years while you're getting your bachelor's degree, it says that you're going to pay a whopping $400,000 over that time span if you're taking out all those loans, and that's including the interest long term, right? $400,000 that if you had gone to a trade school or you went into the workforce or something else, you're not losing all that money and all that time.
Crazy, man. I mean, that's a house. I mean, paying off that student loan would be the equivalent of buying a house and literally owning it outright. But you won't have accomplished that because you've been paying on these student loans forever.
I mean, I get it. You want to go to college, right? Invest in yourself and your earning potential, and then hopefully go get that job that's going to make a ton of money. But a lot of people don't make much money with their degree. I mean, I know a lot of people who have gone on to work at Starbucks or other jobs that did not require a degree.
Yep. I mean, they're saying that 50% of these degree holders are actually getting a job in the field that they get their degree in. So if you're part of that other 50% that, like Alex is saying, is working in a field that their degree isn't in, I mean, you're paying back those student loans already, right? Because it's, 6 months after you graduate, you have to start paying on your loans every month. You're not making the money that you thought you would be making because you're not in that job, and you're still paying the student loans, and you're trying to figure out how to live.
Speaking of 50%, as of 2019, Experian, the credit bureau, said that 50% of college students, not just graduates, but people who went to college and took out loans, 50% couldn't pay them back. 50%. That is terrible odds.
Horrible.
That is not good odds
Bad
for
odds.
investments. I mean, yeah, you're investing in yourself, but 1 out of 2 can't pay it back. That's not good. And that's before 2020. I mean, how many of those people can't pay it back?
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah. I mean, so now you're screwing up your credit. I mean, if you got cosigners on your student loans, they're either paying it for you or you're screwing up their credit too. I mean, you can't file bankruptcy on it.
No, you can't get rid of it.
Yeah, it's not going
If
anywhere.
I can't pay on my house or my car, eventually I can file bankruptcy and get away from it, right? Yeah, it's going to destroy my credit. I can get out of it, but you can't get away from student loans.
It's there forever.
So, if you're 18 or 19 and you're thinking about going to college and taking out student loans or watching this video because you don't want to do that, hopefully this is just like cementing it in your brain that this is like one of the biggest decisions you can ever make, and the education system doesn't prepare you to make that kind of decision, right? They don't even teach you about bank accounts and how to build credit, let alone they're like, oh, hey, go to college, take out all these loans, invest in yourself, but they're not telling you how many people can't pay it back, or you're going to have to pay it back for 20 years. Clearly we're hating on college, right?
Sorry.
There's other ways to do it. There's other ways to be successful.
For whatever reason, people seem to think that you have to go to college, to get creative and innovative, okay? But that's simply not true. I mean, that stuff isn't something that you're going to learn from other people, okay? You're going to learn those things from doing them yourself, by getting experiences and going out and broadening your horizons. I mean, you're going to get creative and innovative yourself by doing things yourself.
Pretty much every entrepreneur I know didn't go to college. They were working in some kind of field and then decided they could do it better and branched out, and then they were forced to be creative in order to be competitive in the marketplace, right? They weren't just going to school perpetually forever learning about things. They went and they applied those things and they did things, and then through that they figured out, is this successful? Is it not successful? And the market told them, right? Either people liked it or they didn't. And if they got the feedback that people didn't like it, well, they had to be creative and either reinvent themselves or their business or product or whatever. But college doesn't teach you that. College teaches you how to think. College teaches you what to think, not how to think.
Backwards. Did you hate it when you do that?
I do. I
do
hate
that
that.
all the time. Words are hard, okay, kids? So let's talk about some of the common reasons that people say why you should get a degree over why you shouldn't. Okay, they're going to say things like, well, Sally, you're better off with one than without one. I mean, and okay, that might be true. I mean, it's going to give you more options potentially when you're applying for jobs, but you're also going to be paying that $400 a month for 20 years. So it's a lot of money for a long time. All right. I mean, they're going to let's assume that you didn't pick up any other cool skills or experiences, amongst that 4 to 6 years that you were spending in college while you're getting that bachelor's degree. I mean, employers are going to use it more as a filtration system, if you will, but they're looking for the experiences that you have and the knowledge that you have in that job field, over the piece of paper, ultimately in the end.
I mean, there's a lot of companies now that are looking for the experience, not for the piece of paper. You got big companies like Google, Walmart, Amazon, Tesla, IBM. They're all looking for the experience. They don't care about the piece of paper anymore. They want to make sure that you're actually competent and you can do the job. So in that 4 to 6 years you didn't go to college, maybe you went to trade school or you got certificates or whatever, you took a bunch of online courses and you're actually competent in a certain area. That's more important to a lot of employers now than just a piece of paper. So that old adage of, oh, well, you'll have more opportunities if you have a college degree. Okay, well, thanks, Sally, but I also have $400 payments that are sucking the life out of me for 20 years and making my life a hell of a lot harder. So, great advice.
Thanks. The next thing that you're probably going to really hear a lot of people say is the experience.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, Jimmy, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, college is.
There's nothing like it.
Nothing will compare. You'll change fundamentally as a person. You'll have study sessions that are just amazing.
Conversations are going to open your mind.
Your third eye is going to open up and you're just going to see the world in a different light. I mean, and that could be true potentially, but if you ain't got rich parents and you're getting student loans to pay for your college, you still going to pay that $400 a month for 20 years with your third eye open and your awesome study sessions that you had, you know. So if it were me and I had to rewind back, you know, 10 years back to when I went to college for a year and then stopped, I would still not go. I'd just be like, yep, that's a no for me, dog. Not doing it. Sorry, not sorry.
I mean, I only did it because the military paid for it.
Yeah,
If I mean, pay for it out of pocket, I wouldn't have done it.
same here. I did it because it was free, and then I was like, yeah, this is dumb.
And the other one is the intellectual stimulation.
Oh.
The things you learn at college,
Oh.
you can't learn anywhere else. Well, guess what? Guess what? The world has changed. You can take online courses. You can watch TED Talks. You can watch YouTube channels all about whatever it is you want to find out about. You can listen to podcasts. You can listen to Audible. You can read books. There's all kinds of ways you can take in huge amounts of information, and pretty much for free for most of them, or for a way, way less cost than college. I mean, an online course costs nothing in comparison to college tuition. And all these things can help you develop the skills and the mindset that you need to be successful or really master anything. So if you read 50 books on a given subject, you can't tell me that that person doesn't know everything there is, or a good amount, almost everything there is to know about that specific subject. So no, I'm not buying that one, that you can only learn that kind of stuff at college. No, you can learn it elsewhere. You just have to be motivated to do it.
Yeah.
And doing it on your own isn't going to cost of money like going to college will.
We think you get the point by now. But, I mean, unless you're trying to go into one of those professions like becoming a doctor or an engineer or a teacher, you know, where those degrees are required for that position and it's just non-negotiable, I mean, then maybe you should sit down, do a little bit more research, watch this video again, and reevaluate your decision on whether or not college is actually going to be worth it for you or not.
Okay, enough hating on college. Now here's some solutions, right? We got a whole playlist on trades. Now, there's the manual labor type trades. We've got trades in the medical industry, all kinds of stuff. So if you think you might be interested in that, go check it out. We got videos on side hustles, and we got another video about different kinds of careers that they told you you needed a degree for, but they lied about, that you can do without a degree. So there's all kinds of stuff that's out there that is very profitable, that makes good money, that you don't have to go to college for. You don't have to start life out in a huge amount of debt and then spend the next 20 years digging yourself out of debt. So hopefully this video helped you out, because I wish somebody would have told more people about this, and everyone, not everyone, a huge amount of our society would be in a different spot financially.
Well, we don't know if that's what you expected when you started watching this video, but we hope that you got some valuable, good information out of it.
That's what you got.
You know, I mean, we wanted to open up your third eye to some stuff that you haven't seen or maybe heard about when it comes to college. So we just want to give you all of the information that we could, good or bad. So if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. In the comments below, let us know if you're still going to go to college or not.
And we'll see you in the next video.